K Black in the building, man. Live from the boardroom. If I'm in here, you already know what's about to happen, man. About to begin my day. It's a little bit after 6 o'clock in the AM Central Standard Time. It's about 75 degrees outside. Today's the 23rd of July, man. Shout out to the whole LDBC. Man. Late night grind, early morning hustle. If you see the thumbnail, man, you know what I mean? Boxing biggest disappointment, man. And this is my top 5 of boxing biggest disappointment. Coming in number 5, 3.Andrade. He's a disappointment in my opinion because although he's a phenomenal fighter, he has the talent. He never put his talent in the ring, man. It seems as if he's okay with just trolling fighters, hanging out at press conferences talking shit. But when it comes to negotiations, it seems as if he can never negotiate a fight. You know what I mean? Or even go to negotiation to potentially even have a fight, man. And he always have horrible promotional problems, man. You know, he's been so inactive because of that. I know he just signed with Eddie German in the zone, but honestly, I don't know if it's really going to do him any justice. I would not be surprised if he don't get any big fights or have another failed promotional venture. You know, if I was him, I would just go freelance, have a good advisor or a manager, and do my own thing. But that's why he's coming in at number 5, in my opinion. Number 4, Triple G, man. Triple G could have seized the moment, could have became undisputed. I know back in the day, many fighters were scared to fight him, but it's a good crop of fighters right now that is not afraid at all. You know, whether it's Charlo, I believe Andrade possibly could have fought him, whether it's Derevchenko. You know, this dude, even Jacobs, this guy. I know he fought Jacobs before in a controversial fight, but this guy is he's okay with just fighting for money. And I know this is a prize fighting, but at the same time, man, he had an opportunity to seize the moment. He could have fought Billy Joe Saunders, who was afraid of him before, but Billy Joe Saunders went on smoke now. But this guy decided not to fight him, tried to fight. He wanted to fight Canelo, which I know is just for money, man. And win, lose, or draw, especially if you lose. After he fight Canelo this year, he's done with the sport of boxing. I can tell, man. You know, he even got stripped from the IBF because he didn't want to fight Derevchenko. So it's clearly to say that Triple G would never become undisputed, man. So he has to enter my number 4 slot just because he had the opportunity to fight for undisputed, but he's okay with fighting less than stellar fighters, fighting bums, and it is what it is, man. He's in my number 4 slot. Number 3, Adonis Superman Stevenson. This guy has the worst title reign in boxing today. Really, I just can't wait for him to retire because he's getting up in age anyway. He only fight once a year. When he do fight, people quickly forget. This dude could have fought for undisputed. I know him and Kovalev. We know the story. No matter who you want to blame, this dude should have fought for undisputed. He allowed people to come in his division, come around him, and surpass him, man. Ward was retired. And he was new into the division, and he still was able to pass Adonis Stevenson by fighting Kovalev. Kovalev fought B-Hop. B-Hop surpassed him as well because he wanted to fight him, but he didn't want to fight B-Hop. B-Hop collected titles around him and eventually fought Kovalev. That's why Kovalev had the majority of the titles. Kovalev got beat by Ward, and Ward retired, so the belts basically got relinquished. And you got Bivol, who got a title as well as Kovalev, and potentially they might even fight later this year or maybe even beginning of next year. And so they would have a unification bout, and whoever went between that would be in a pass to Don Stevenson again, man. Don Stevenson, you're just holding the belt, that WBC belt, for hostage, man. Go ahead and buy it. Top of you the king, man, please. Top of you Superman as well. Any fighter that with a post seems as if it's kryptonite to Superman, quote unquote, man. I know he just fought, Badu Jack, but to be honest, before then he haven't fought nobody, man. So Adonis Stevenson coming in my number 3. Number 2, man, is Keith. Run time, sometime, lunchtime, or whatever other time you want to say Thurman, man. This dude had the opportunity to seize the moment, but he didn't do it. Once Floyd and Pacquiao got done with their saga and kind of retired, it seems as if the zeal and the love for the sport for Keith Thurman kind of went away. He seems as if he's okay with just eating and traveling, eating food, blowing up in weight, and he just don't have the love for the sport of boxing. It seems as if he's afraid of Errol Spence as well. Once Errol Spence burst on the scene and started calling him out, and people started matching him up with Keith Thurman, it seems as if he just said, "Fuck it, man." I know he had the injuries, but this dude been out of the ring for I don't know how long now. Even so, that the belt that he won for Danny Garcia, he got stripped for, in so many words, and now him and Danny Garcia and Danny Garcia and Porter is gonna fight for the belt. that Thurman won, man. So it's just sad, man. He had an opportunity to seize the moment, to possibly be great. Step his foot down in the welterweight division and hold it down for a long time. But it seems as if he got other plans, man. I know he's supposed to be coming back this year. We don't know, man. So at this moment, Keith Thurman definitely got to be my number 2 disappointment, man, because he had the opportunity to seize the moment and he just let it slip through his fingers, man, because he want to retire in mid-career and basically duck fighters, man. Basically Errol Spence. But number 1, you already know the number 1 slot, man, hands down. I don't care what nobody think, goes to Anthony Antoinette Jenner, Anthony Ass Juice Joshua, man. This dude is one of the biggest disappointment, man. Had an opportunity to become undisputed, asked for $50 million. Even want the fans to fight the guy Wilder, man. This dude's such afraid of this dude. He want the fans to fight. You know you got to be spooked when you say, if you want me to fight Wilder so much, you train to fight him. You know, you got to be spooked, man. You know, him and Eddie Jern ran amok. I'm glad my brothers in the LDBC was able to, just light fire on his ass, man, because anybody else would have been afraid. You knew how the media was. If it weren't for my brother Blue Blood Sports asking a tough question, they was going to let him go ahead, come here and be okay. You know what I mean? He thought he was going to be A-okay. He thought it was going to be peaches and cream. Like, okay, I can come in and say what I want to say. You know, you can see the look in Joshua's face. You take a 10-minute clip, a 10-second clip, and run with the whole narrative. Of course, because motherfucker, you said it. You said let's go and all of that. Once he said $50 million was going to be handed to you. So then you want to start saying you don't want to sell your O and you don't want to sell your soul and all that, man, after the money you asked for. And this dude was willing to even take $15 million and fight you in the UK. And you and Eddie Jern pull a fast one, man, and try to fight Pavek and all that. So, with all that being said, my top 5 coming in 5 is 5.Andrade, 4 Triple G, 3.Stevenson, 2 Thurman, and number 1 goes down to Joshua, man. So what's your top 5, man? Disappointment in boxing today. I did my top 5 pound for pound yesterday, so it's only right I do my pound for pound worst, or my pound for pound disappointment rather. It's K Black in the building, man. Let me get my black ass to work. Y'all have a good one.